Right, well, seeing as he's late again, and we've got to start recording at some point, I was making some notes last night.
Go on.
Of all the ridiculous things Michael Cole was saying during Battleground.
I hate Michael Cole, I hate him. It's about time somebody needs to start documenting these, and I'm glad, Tim, that you are doing it.
Well, I'll just go through just the subtle ones really quickly. There was, when he was talking about, he was just plugging the main event.
Yeah.
So he said something like, who's going to be the championship? And he realised that doesn't
Who's going to be the championship?
And he realised that didn't make any sense.
No.
So he immediately started stuttering and may have given something away, maybe, about what they're going to do with the belts and stuff. Just stumbling all over the place.
There's a few though, right?
One that you liked was Natalia's patented sharpshooter.
Because she invented the sharpshooter in the dungeon herself. What I liked about that one was when I think it was JBL started to reel off all the people who actually did the sharpshooter.
Yeah, just to answer it.
Yeah.
Oh, and then that when Rollins jumped out of nowhere for the frog splash, and he goes, and Roman Reigns! No, it wasn't.
Roman Reigns has never had a frog splash in his life.
Roman Reigns was literally on the ground taking
Dead.
a splash. And
He's such a... Oh, hello.
Sorry, I'm late, boys.
where have you been?
I got caught in a drive-by.
Shit,
What?
okay.
No, there's too many gurgles in my fucking burger.
How you doing, everybody, and welcome to another Triple Threat Club podcast. We've got Tim.
That's Jay.
And you're Adam?
I am. And we are recording this podcast straight after Battleground.
Instant.
Instant.
Well, we got lunch, but...
You know, we got to prepare ourselves for the podcast. So we are the Triple Threat Club. This is episode 4. You can get all our previous podcasts and this one on 3 Threat Club. Is our Twitter thing. Triple Threat Club on Facebook. And Triple Threat Club Podcast. Let's go a little bit more with that one. On the Instagram. And YouTube channel coming soon.
Ooh,
And
exciting.
T-shirts available to buy on merch.com.
Is that...
There's a T on the end. mercht.com. Triple Threat Club T-shirt. Join the club. Hashtag.
And they are majorly taken off, aren't they? Like 700,000 sold already. Because
We're
of that
struggling to keep up with demand.
This is only the first one as well, I reckon. Full clothing line at some point and just get on with it.
Yeah, all about the socks.
So this week we are going to be giving our full opinions on Battleground, which we have just watched, and we're going to get to that. Before we do, as we start every podcast, put your hand up if you've not done your homework.
No hands.
You
going
can't see it because it's just audio, but nobody has put their hand up there. Which
Well,
means
we go
we're all
boys
down.
again.
There you go. Who wants to go first?
I don't know. Who is...
Who went first last time? You went first last time.
I went first last time, so I'm out.
Is it me first?
Yeah.
Yeah, do
Son
it.
of a bitch. Okay. Right, so someone tell them what go homework is if they've been under a rock for the past 3 podcasts.
So, we pick 2 names out of the Bowl of Doom. Bowl of Doom sounds like this.
There you go. It's got loads of
And
wrestlers
we fantasy book a feud. The names are random. They're picked out completely random. We have started picking a couple of names out that are similar. So we've taken a few out. We're gonna add more names over time. It's gonna evolve,
Yeah.
just like a Pokemon.
Oh god. I'm almost at level 5. I'm so excited.
So who did you pull out then?
I got, and I feel like you both screwed me over a little bit. I got Mark Hunt from UFC, and I got the Drifter, Elias Sampson.
Yes.
So basically, I'm screwed this week, and it was very tricky. But I have got something, made a couple of notes just to keep me head in the game, and then I feel like you guys could maybe expand on it, help me out a little bit more with what I've got.
Sounds good.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So, picture the scene. It's the night after Battleground. Oh, wait a minute. It is.
Ooh.
Oh,
And Jericho's doing another highlight reel.
Legend.
Pretty good on Battleground, we'll get to that. And all of a sudden, you just hear, bam, 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 and everyone thinks, It's the beast. Here comes the pain. Brock's coming out. It's not Brock. It's Mark Hunt from UFC. He's already doing it. He's taking his music, and he goes on. He delivers a pretty good promo with Jericho, slagging off Lesnar, a few things close to the bone, about his recent indiscretions, and he says, "I've taken all his money. I've had the money now," because he was in the news about wanting all the money from the fight and everything. He's got it. He's got the money, and what he's going to do with the money is. And he says, "Jericho, you're going to appreciate this. I'm going to start my music career off." Jericho, all right, okay, nice one. I didn't know you'd done anything like that before. He said, "Oh yeah, I've been working on lyrics for a while, and I've been writing some music. And what he's actually done is he's come up with an alternative version of Brock Lesnar's theme tune." Now, you guys especially love on YouTube, if you get on YouTube, check it out, Brock Lesnar's theme with lyrics for Brock. But so there's that anyway. Mark Hunt's done his own, and he's kind of done it. I'll give you a little bit here now. So we've got
sample lyrics.
Wow. A little bit. No, this is what Mark put together. He put bam, 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 Brock Lesnar theme tune. It's Brock Lesnar takes drugs. Brock Lesnar takes drugs. He knew that he couldn't beat Mark, so he had to cheat to beat Mark. And then it kind of carries on like that. So Mark Hunt gives it the big one. Jericho, pretty impressed by this, obviously, a rock star himself. Someone who's not impressed though, the Drifter, Elias Sampson. He comes out with his guitar, and he says, "No, it's not fair. You're getting this music career, Mark Hunt, just because you've got loads of money and you've done Brock Lesnar's theme tune." He said, "I've been going around singing for a while, doing all my songs for a while. I'm not having this." Mark Hunt's like, "Okay, fair enough. Should we do a duet together? We'll be pretty good together." So Elias Sampson's like, "Yeah, okay, let's do it. Let's do this." Gives him his guitar. Never give a UFC fighter a guitar. So he turns his back. Mark Hunt smashes him over the head with his own guitar. It was terrible. So he does all that. And then, what happens is, we find out that next week, on Raw, or SmackDown Live, doesn't really matter which, Elias Sampson's challenged Mark Hunt. He's challenged him. Not to a fight, sing off. Okay? So he's doing that. He's challenged him to this sing off. And Elias Sampson comes out first, and he does one of his acoustic-y kind of songs, sort of thing going on. Gets a bit booed out of the building, to be honest. Nobody really appreciates the Drifter. Now it's Mark Hunt's turn. He says, "Is it okay with you if I'm going to have a bit of help with this?" So Elias Sampson's like, "Yeah, fine. You're not got my sort of skills, so yeah, you can have some help. It's fine." LL Cool J comes down to ringside. Told you this was going to go a bit weird. LL Cool J comes out, teams up with Mark Hunt, and they do a great rendition of "Mama Said Knock You Out." Crowd love it. Elias Sampson tries to get in there, break it all up. Mark Hunt takes him down UFC style, and then LL Cool J clotheslines him out of the ring. There you go. I have got more, but I'm going to leave that with you there. What do you think?
That's epic.
No one's topping that. I'm hoping yours is as good as you've been saying it's going to be.
Can Chris Jericho then side with Elias Sampson?
I didn't know what to do with Jericho.
Because they can be rock buddies as well. I think they could join forces, and that could be their tag match. And
that would work. You could have them two, and against LL Cool J and Mark Hunt maybe.
And then what about Jeff Jarrett? Because the guitars is his gimmick.
Good point.
He won't be happy about it either.
So Mark Hunt, he's pretty much face at this stage. But then over the next few weeks, we start seeing him recording his album. He's on a bus like Eminem, doing some lyrics and stuff like that, learning all that kind of stuff. And he starts to become a bit pompous with it, and ends up being. He goes a bit heelish. People get a bit sick of him, and he gets a bit big for his boots. So what happens is he sets up a live. He's going to do a live concert, the live SmackDown before SummerSlam. Everyone's like, "Oh, they make it quite a big thing. Oh, Mark Hunt's doing a concert, brilliant." And he comes out for his concert, the live SmackDown before SummerSlam. He's all ready, he's all in the zone and everything, he's got all the stage set up, lights go out, bam, 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 bam. The real Brock Lesnar's there. That's the way it finishes.
Does he do a song?
Brock Lesnar does not do a song. He absolutely destroys Mark Hunt and anyone standing in his way.
Does he kill music?
He pretty much does. He pretty much
murders
ends it off.
music.
So there you go. Give me two stupid people. I'll give you a really stupid long story.
I'm going next because if yours is funny, then it makes more sense for you to go last.
Okay, have you gone serious?
Have you gone serious?
Semi-serious.
So who did you
but
get?
I got Sasha Banks and Karma, aka I've already
Awesome
forgotten
Kong.
her name. Awesome Kong. There you go. Bit of a convenient dueling because I could have got a man and a woman, but just because I needed to go a little bit ridiculous, just for the fun of it. Karma comes back, wins the women's championship, and she's champion for fucking ages, and everyone's a bit sick of her and a bit bored of her because she's just battering everybody, and most people don't really think she's deserving it. That's kind of a side note to start off with. Then Wyatt family, led by Bray Wyatt on SmackDown now, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He does what we've been waiting for him to do for ages and starts recruiting people, mostly against their will. So some people kind of volunteer to join forces with him, but other people he's like thinking, I want them, so he goes after them and kidnaps them and fucks with their heads and stuff. Along with that group, Sasha Banks is one of them, and he and whoever Wyatt's he's got at the time take Sasha Banks, drag her backstage in a completely non-sexual way.
I don't like this already. I feel so.
This is purely for you because this is because I know how much you love Sasha Banks.
I do. I don't feel like
this is just for
she
you.
deserves this, and I don't feel like anyone's going to watch this on television.
Wait for it.
Oh, okay.
So, all these people are slowly getting absorbed into the Wyatt family, and a lot of them are just disappearing for a bit. And when you eventually see Sasha Banks again, her hair's black.
No.
And it's all like matted, and she's all knackered up. She's not looking like the perfect thing that she always does.
It's not going to work.
Personally offended by this idea. And she's talking to the other people who've been kidnapped by the Wyatts, and they're trying to get away from him, but he keeps showing up and then just doing his mind games and somehow like tricking them into doing his dirty deeds. So it then gets to the point where Bray's got it's coming to a point where Bray's going to do something big, and everyone can see something big's going to come. He's going to either go after the World Championship or go after someone like Brock Lesnar, something like that. And he comes out, calls down all of his crony people, and to everyone's surprise, Sasha Banks isn't one of them. She's at the front and she's leading them. And from that point on, fuck you all, he calls her Abigail.
So she's the boss, legitimately.
Yeah,
The Wyatts.
she's the boss of the Wyatts. She's the legit boss of the Wyatts. Sasha Abigail.
Does she take what happens with Karma then?
She's going to go after Karma, and she's going to be the one person that manages to beat Karma because Sasha Banks has undergone this complete character change where she's just no longer intimidated by shit. Okay. So she goes after Karma. Karma's this huge beast of a woman, and Sasha/Abigail just makes mince of her.
Okay.
And then you've got Sister Abigail and Bray, world champions, next to each other, ruling the world.
All in the family.
Yeah, you had to say that, didn't you?
That could be the hashtag.
Hashtag all in the family.
Yeah. Could be on the t-shirts and everything.
No one's going to wear a t-shirt that says "Keep it in the family."
That's my idea anyway.
Very serious.
It was serious, yeah.
It was.
Not the least bit silly.
I'm
There
just-
wasn't any 90s rappers at all in that one. That was very...
Yeah, that went a dark way.
Yeah, I feel a little bit shaken by it.
I'm a little bit
I feel
craving
like
something
Xavier
like
Woods
that.
right now.
I want the Wyatts to do something big like that. Like the Undertaker used to mess with people. I want that shit.
There you go. Go on, then.
So
Here we
Take
go.
the best for last.
Maybe, let's hope so.
So I got John Cena
Of course.
again. His name's out now. That's it. He's not getting.
We've all had
And we got Enzo and Cass as well, and their names are out now because they've been picked as well. So this is the last feud we'll book for these two. So
For a while.
I had to make it good. So it's the night after Battleground.
Convenient.
Convenient as well. you know, Enzo, Cass, and John, they're all out celebrating.
Out on the...
No, just in the ring.
Okay.
They're not knocking back any Bud Lights or anything like that. You know, they're in the ring, they're celebrating. John Cena attacks Enzo and Cass. Cass is walking off. He blindsides Enzo. Cass doesn't know what's going on, and John Cena just goes at him. Everyone's shocked.
About time.
Why, John? Why? He doesn't say anything. He just does. You can't see me. Walks off. Comes out the next night and goes, well, the next week on Raw. He explains his actions. He's like, Enzo, you're just a poor imitation of me. You were me. You're me 10 years ago, and I did it better. I had a big goofy sidekick as well. I'm going to show you how it's done. I'm not past it. So, who does he bring? You remember his big goofy sidekick back in the day?
Bull Buchanan.
Bull Buchanan's back.
Nice.
B squared.
B squared.
B squared's back.
I like it.
So he brings B squared out. Enzo and Cass rip him a new one. You know, figuratively and literally as well. Enzo destroys him on the mic.
I hope it's not literally. Because
They literally rip him a new one.
it's PG rated.
So Enzo rips him on the mic. Big Cass destroys him in the ring. Bull Buchanan's like, I'm not doing this. I'm not coming back for this. You know, they said some really mean things.
Bull B squared.
So John Cena's like, I'm going to have to get another big guy now. So he goes on a hunt for another big guy. Brings back Great Khali.
Oh, God.
And he does the whole ladies' man gimmick with Khali. And then you know, he sets up a match with Enzo and Cass. But again, Khali gets destroyed on the mic, gets destroyed in the ring. Goes to John, I'm not doing that, I can't come back for this. You know, they said some really mean things.
Can we get a Collie impression?
No, don't do it.
I thought you were starting it yourself, man. So John Cena just goes on this eternal quest for a big guy to help tag with, so he can try and beat Enzo and Cass. So he goes everywhere. He tries Shaquille O'Neal. Doesn't work out. They destroy him on the mic, destroy him in the ring. They say some really mean things.
Shut the fuck up.
And he just eternally, John Cena is looking for a big, tall guy, and he tries Isaac Yankem. He tries Great Giant Gonzalez. Anybody who was a big guy, he might be Dead Giant Gonzalez.
I was just gonna say, are these people still alive?
I don't know. If not, then
I'm pretty sure Isaac Yankem's doing something else right about now as well, isn't he?
anyone who was big, anyone who was tall back in the day, he tries to bring back, and Enzo and Cass just rip him every single week. And he's just this eternal. John Cena's eternally looking for a tag team partner to beat him, and that's it. Just the feud never ends. John Cena is heel forever because he's trying to find someone.
Okay, I thought. Okay.
That's the conclusion.
Okay.
It never ends. That's it.
It never ends.
Never ends. Like he
like
tried.
John Cena's reign anyway. It never seems to end.
It's not limited to wrestling. Like I said, he tries Shaquille O'Neal, the world's tallest man. They get him involved and they try and bring him out. Anybody who's tall is on the cards, and it's an eternal look for John Cena.
Braun Strowman is probably looking for something
Braun
to do.
Strowman.
Honestly,
You can try him for a week.
I was expecting you to go with that what he eventually realises is that he's the big guy and he needs to bring Hornswoggle back to do the Olympics.
Small guy.
Then Hornswoggle comes out dressed like Enzo,
That
running
could work.
backwards,
That could work.
It could.
and he's like, I am 2 feet tall and you can't teach that. John Cena's a 15, etc.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got everything. It's got a John Cena heel turn, which we all want.
It's got John Cena,
Enzo
which
and
I
Cass
hate.
ripping people.
It's got the return of the Great Khali and these other useless big men, which we all hate. It's got the possibility of John Cena being the big guy and Hornswoggle coming back, which we all hate.
And we've had Mark Hunt, and we've had Sasha Banks getting kidnapped by the Wyatts. It's not your day, is it?
Can we talk about Battleground now?
Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
I don't really want to talk about the matches on the pre-shows. Usos versus Breezango, not asked. But I'm quite glad Breezango won.
Yeah.
I feel like we could do something with them as it goes on a little bit. And if I feel like they got a little bit of a thing going on. It might work for a bit.
I did notice they look alike this week.
They do look alike.
I never really realised it, but that picture just made them look like they could be brothers.
Handsome, sleazy, posy bastards, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think there's a place for them.
Yeah.
I think that was their original tag team name.
Handsome, sleazy, posy bastards. I'll get that t-shirt. So that was, it was what it was, that match. Can we talk a little bit about Booker T on the pre-show?
Well, I said this on the last podcast about his behaviour.
Because
You called him a liability.
the pre-shows seem to always, in most of the events, are sponsored by energy drinks. How many has he had before he gets started? Because he's off his tits when the cameras go on. What's wrong with him?
He's of an age now as well.
Where he's like that old uncle who can say whatever he wants and get away with it.
A little
Yeah,
bit.
too
A
many
little
chair
bit.
shots.
Yeah. And but he's trying to keep up with the kids and stuff, so he's got an iPhone, but he doesn't know what he's doing with it, really.
Yeah.
Someone FaceTimes him, he loses his shit. He's got no idea what's going on. He thinks someone's in his phone.
He was all over the show. It was weird. Jerry Lawler was back.
Yeah,
Don't know what happened there, but
he's back.
he's back. Kit Leader out for this one. Corey Graves and Renee were just kind of they looked like they were kind of marshalling these two nutters. It's like they'd taken them out for a day release sort of thing, and they had to look after him and just make sure they don't see anything inappropriate.
Yeah. Corey Graves was thinking, I can't wait till I'm off this.
Yeah.
One more. This is the last one I have to do.
You just got to make sure Booker T doesn't just fall into some calamitous nonsense. There's things that he talks about, like when he asked Cena if he thought he'd been demoted going to SmackDown, things like that. And you've got to prevent King from saying puppies every few minutes.
This is true.
It's quite a job.
The thing is,
that
Booker
he's
T's
got.
always had that. There's a quite famous video of Booker T cutting a promo and saying a word he shouldn't have said. And that was in his, probably just a bit before his prime, but when he was in his youth. So he's always had that quality. It's just enhanced.
What did he say?
1,000 times. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying that.
Pre-show, what we kind of do as a rule is we don't really watch it that much. It might be on in the background or something, but we don't really settle down and watch the pre-show, do we, I suppose?
No, it's kind of on while you were coming in and we're making cups of tea or
all that
getting
kind
a
of
drink.
stuff.
or
You get ready and you settle
eating.
yourself down, and it's ready for the off. And then we start with a bang on the actual show.
Yeah.
First match.
Sasha Banks and a mystery partner versus Charlotte and Dana.
So we all had a little, pre-Battleground chat about it on the previous podcast, and we all kind of went with the prediction.
Mm-hmm. Didn't think they'd actually do it though.
No, we were coming up with
sometimes
reasons
when
why
it's-
it wouldn't be. And
Yeah, because sometimes when it's good, they just tend to not go with it. When
but
it's-
as the match started, the chant, everyone in the crowd wanted it, didn't they? So it was nice.
They gave them what they wanted.
It's Bailey.
It's good that it wasn't Nikki Bella.
Oh,
Yeah.
no one wanted that.
That'd have been bad.
John Cena didn't even want that to happen. But Bailey came out.
She looked happy, didn't she?
She was so happy, and it made me so happy that she was so happy. And Sasha Banks was happy, and that always makes me happy.
Everyone was just happy.
Everyone was just happy, and I don't feel like we get that enough in wrestling at the moment, where everyone's happy. No one's like, it'd be good if,
Yeah.
It was just, yes! And the inflatable men came
Yes.
up. And she had a ponytail.
I was a bit worried that they wouldn't have that because I couldn't see where they were going to come from, and then they were there.
They
were there. They had to conceal them though, didn't they? Because it would have if you just had these uninflated.
Yeah.
Like
think
Flaccid.
No,
Men.
like it would have been a big
around
giveaway,
everywhere.
so they had to hide them, and then, they were popped out.
Arguably the biggest pop of the night, I think,
Yeah,
when she came out.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that equating to the amount of booze that Reigns got, about even.
Yeah,
So it was nice, and I think we all said as well, whenever you book a match with a mystery partner, chances are they're not losing that match.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
They didn't?
they didn't. It was good, a pretty good match. I enjoyed
Yeah.
it. I feel like Dana Brooke and Charlotte are doing pretty well at their
They
job
put
as
on a good
well.
performance, I thought, actually.
Yeah, there was a couple of little bits that were a little bit sloppy, but
I think
nothing.
overall.
Overall, but
Overall, pretty good.
Yeah.
The sloppiest bit, I think, was Michael Cole in the match.
Yeah, what was it he said? Oh yeah, was this on the outside of the ring when someone speared someone?
Yeah.
And he said Sasha took the. Sorry, I'm doing
Sasha
it.
took. Yeah, he said Sasha took out Bailey.
Sasha takes out Bailey. No, that's not what happened.
No, why would that happen?
It
They're
was-
partners and friends, and they're on the same team.
And it was Charlotte.
Yeah.
Who looks very different.
Very different, Michael.
Very different.
Idiot. Well, that made us all happy as well. It made us laugh. It made us cringe but it makes us laugh when Michael Cole gets things wrong.
Yeah.
He gives you one every match, so it's
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
good. I enjoyed that match. I thought it was good. I'm glad they won. Do we think Bailey's sticking around, or do we think she's popping back? They kind of said it's like
She's
a
gonna do-
one-time thing.
I
but
feel like she might do a bit of double duty for a while because she still has got this feud with Oscar and a rematch and everything. So I feel like she'll do the honours to Oscar again, put her over. That seems to be the NXT thing. When you're on your way out, you do the honours for the people still there.
I actually think it's possible that she'll win the NXT Championship and then drop it, so that she's actually the undefeated.
I think she might
NXT
win it
champion.
again. I don't
Yeah.
know if she.
I think that buries Oscar a little bit. I think they made a decision to go with Oscar. They realised that Bailey's going to have to come up this year at some point.
I think she'll definitely come up. But even like when Kevin Owens did a little bit of double duty for a bit when he came up with the belt and stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe they might do a little
She
bit
could
of that.
do that. That could get her in the.
I think with Kevin
season.
Owens though, it helped that he had the belt because it established him as a legitimate threat straight off the bat. Obviously, how they booked him as well and how he performed, but this guy coming out with a belt, you go, "Oh right, okay, so this guy's good." Especially when you put him against John Cena, you know, he looked like a threat. So I don't feel like they need to do that, Bailey. I don't think that's.
She's already up. Like, I think the reason why they didn't bring her up so sooner than they have is because I heard people weren't sure if her happiness and all that kind of stuff would translate to the full roster. But I think
But it's all what we're craving out for.
got the answer yesterday.
It's what we're craving out for. We all need a bit of happiness in our lives.
Loved it.
What was next?
Well, on my list anyway, I've got Jay does AJ Styles impression of AJ Styles doing a Jay impression.
Because they love to do the network adverts in between. I love the little song they play there, where it's got the little.
Here we go. Yeah.
And it always makes you think, oh, there's so much great stuff coming on the network.
I've
But it's all rubbish. It's all rubbish. I don't want to watch Holy Foley. I don't want to watch Swerved. I might watch Ride Along if it's people I'm interested in.
The next ride along looks pretty good.
Which, yeah, so there's the club one, and there was AJ Styles doing an impression of Stone Cold Steve Austin. So Tim's obviously sent me the challenge to do an impression of AJ Styles
Doing an impression of you.
Me.
What would you say in an AJ Styles voice?
What would I say? Oh, he's not happy about that.
There you go.
There we go, that's it, it's done. It's done.
No idea what that was.
That was a southern twang / Manc accent.
With a bit of Irish thrown in there. Nice one.
I didn't say AJ Styles was good at impressions.
No, you didn't. You certainly did not say that.
That's true.
What else we got going on?
The next match and the next Michael Cole fuck up was New Day versus the Wyatts.
So we all kind of said it would have been better if that compound mini film sort of thing had been like the last.
This felt like the epilogue.
Yeah, we're going. It was very. We're going again, fighting again. And they've split the Wyatts up. So Bray and
Eric Rowan on
are on one
SmackDown.
show and Braun
Braun's on Raw.
And New Day's all stay together, and that's why I thought I don't see the point in the Wyatts winning that because they're all splitting up.
I called it.
You did. Why? Why did you assume? Why did you think that was going to happen?
Well, just because I felt like the New Day had sacrificed a lot of their image. Like you said, you didn't like it very much at all.
No.
But I feel like they sacrificed, particularly Xavier Woods, sacrificed himself so much to get the fear coming on the Wyatts again that I thought it only makes sense for the Wyatts to win at the end.
But if he'd sacrificed all his fear, would it not have made sense for him to overcome it at the end?
Which he did.
Which he kind of did.
Which I think is
then he
the
lost.
perfect thing. Yeah, he lost.
Spoiler alert.
But he, well, no, we're doing a review. I think it makes sense to include results. But no, I think it was well timed as well throughout the match. So at one point I was thinking are they just going to get squashed, or I wonder what's going to happen. But then he overcame, and it was just too much. It was 1-on-3 at the end, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. I feel like it would have been better if it was just Xavier versus Bray. I feel like that would have felt more of a conclusion, just them two doing the whole thing. Because that segment, that little bit at the end, like when he was about to get down on his knees and he's like, well, what am I doing? What am I doing? And then he finds it somewhere and he comes back and he attacks him and he lets loose on him and.
They are like the two best in that feud.
I like that bit when he was just hammering at one point, wasn't he? Like, and I thought, oh, this is good. He's going to overcome it and he's going to beat the bad guy. But then when he lost, I was just a bit like, oh, okay. I don't know. I was just a bit. I like a happy ending, I suppose. I didn't really.
I think it was the right result. Cena overcame, and it was boring because everyone saw it coming.
Yeah, and Bray Wyatt does lose a lot of his feuds.
Yeah,
so it's good that he's actually won this one.
Yeah. And I can't remember who it was, but one of the big guys, so presumably one of the Wyatts, hitting one of New Day, and Michael Cole said, it's like he's flotting a swai.
Flotting a swai, he did say that. That was a good one. Flotting a swai.
Like, we all get our words jumbled up, but when your job...
Some more than others.
Every day for me, but like you say...
But when your job is to say words...
in front of millions of people...
and say them clearly...
Yeah.
I feel like you should be held a little bit more accountable.
Sometimes it's just, because like, that was messing his words up. The other one where he gets Charlotte and Sasha Banks mixed up, that's just seeing with your eyes and speaking. That's all that is.
He does that all the time as well, doesn't he?
But then,
yeah, it's crap.
I'm going to play devil's advocate here a little bit. I know Foley talked about this when he did commentary for a little bit. Apparently you've got Vince in your ear constantly telling you to say stuff and stuff.
Yeah.
That, I imagine that could be quite distracting as well.
It would be distracting for us who are not fucking professional commentators.
Yeah, he's been doing it long enough.
He's been doing this for nigh on 20 years now.
Rusev versus Ryder
Rusev Mashka.
For the United States Championship.
Only one winner here, wasn't there?
Yeah. I think we all called it. It was Zack Ryder doesn't.
No, he had his moment. And
he's had his moment for this year.
Okay.
He'll get one next year.
Yeah, and that was it.
But he's still on the downfall, though, given what happened at the end.
He's on the... he didn't look... If I was at Ryder at the end of that match, I would have been like, alright, I'm not on the pre-show, I've just fought for the title against Rusev, I'm doing alright. And then Mojo Rawley came out, I would have just been like, oh, for fuck.
And just started shouting at Rusev. Rusev no-sold him.
That was good.
He just kind of smirked him and walked off and went...
It's like... What are you doing? And walked off.
It's not even like Mojo had tried to hit him. I think if he'd have done that, it might have looked a bit more legit.
Yeah, because he is a big dude.
Yeah, but no, Rusev just looked like... Rusev looked good, actually. He's looking athletic at the moment, I think.
I like him. I like Rusev. I hope they do more with him. I hope they keep it going a little bit. I hope they don't just make him a monster like he was the first time he was the US champion. He was just destroying everyone.
Yeah.
I hope they do a bit of a character thing with him.
Can I talk about my idea for the storyline for him and Lana?
You can talk about it if you want, but do you want to save it for in case you pull his name out of the bowl in a bit?
No, I'm just going to go for it now.
Okay.
I'm just going to go for it now. I'd really like to see an angle where, because Lana was wearing a dress that was very wedding dressy.
It was white.
It was white.
That's
Most wedding dresses are.
Yeah.
I'd really like to see this gimmick where Lana just becomes Bridezilla.
And does what would you like to see?
So there's there's videos and stuff, and they're going to book a venue, and Rusev's there. He doesn't quite get it.
I feel like
he doesn't quite understand them. They go to get a cake made. He doesn't quite understand it.
Yeah.
He gets angry, just throws people into cakes and.
I feel like they could do a lot of stuff each week building up to the wedding with the pair of them.
Building up to the stag do.
Both of them are pretty good characters. Rusev goes on a stag do.
With some of the Raw roster.
Could be anybody.
And then has a fight with someone which starts a feud. I just think it'd be really... Because Rusev's very, very good at comedy, I think.
I think they could do a lot with that.
He's got a very deadpan delivery, which he gets away with because of the language barrier.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make him look like a clown either.
Yeah.
Just a bit of fantasy booking there. I think that'd be brilliant.
I think they could do that. Enzo and Cass take him out on a night on town.
We all love it. We all love a wedding on wrestling. We love a wedding in the middle of the ring.
We do.
Here's a twist. They could have the wedding on Raw or SmackDown and just have the wedding. Legitimately have the wedding. And there's no run-in, there's no drama. You just have a wedding.
And there are, yeah.
Well, like Randy Savage.
I don't get that reference. What?
That was like the very first sort of WWE wedding.
Savage and Elizabeth, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But then
That was before shenanigans.
But then
weddings.
afterwards, didn't they get like a bad present from Jake the Snake Roberts and the Undertaker or something? Did they not get a snake in a box or something?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think something happened afterwards, maybe. Yeah. Triple H weddings is my favourite.
What, when he pedigree Steph?
No, when he takes her to Vegas and he goes,
Oh, that one.
He does like the ventriloquist.
Does he pedigree Steph? Have I made that up? There's another one because they do a
They
renewing
do
of
a
vows,
renewing
don't they?
of vows.
And he just plants Vince because
Yeah, he does that.
Yeah.
Because he knows that she's not. She's told him he's pregnant. No, not he's pregnant because that'd be weird.
yeah.
She's told him that she's pregnant, and he found out about it.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Come on.
We need wedding angles.
Wedding.
We haven't had one for long overdue. Long overdue. Anyway.
Sort that out.
Yeah, Vince. Sort it out.
What came next, Tim?
Sami Zayn versus KO.
I thought this would be a bit further along the card because I thought this was a bigger match than halfway through. But
Looking at it in the order that it's in,
is it in a good place in the order?
it's almost right in the middle.
Is it?
So it kind of fits in that way. It's
Match of the
main
night?
event. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so. I think it had the best.
It was
moves.
always-
It had the best story. It had the best move sets. Had the best spots. The spot with the suplex brainbuster on the ring apron.
That was ridiculous. That was good.
Very
was
well executed.
Yeah, perfectly. That's a dangerous move to do that.
Sami Zayn's attempted springboard. Don't know what it was.
That didn't go well though.
That was horrific. I shouted out loud, and I do not usually do
You
that.
startled me watching.
I thought that was it.
I'm going to have to have a
worried.
look to see what other people think of that on Twitter to see if they thought what I thought, which is it looked like what his body did was went to bounce like off the back of his legs to just flip, and that was it. But as he jumped up, it was like he made a decision to do 2 jumps or 2 springboards, and it just messed up in his head and he ended up upside down.
It looked horrendous anyway.
Props to Sammy as well because he did that first. That could have easily rattled someone.
He did.
He
kept up with it.
He kept up with it and then managed to land some impressive moves towards the end as well. So,
do we think that's it? It
yeah,
kind of felt like it
the
was
ending
at
did.
the
Yeah,
end.
Yeah, because I think Owens would have battered him or something would have continued on if they wanted to continue the feud.
I wouldn't have put them on the same show though. If it did feel like it was the end, but then I think one of them said it on commentary. Said, "Oh, and they're going to have to see each other in the locker room every week." It's a bit like,
Yeah.
probably should have put them on different shows there.
Yeah.
There might be a plan there, you never know.
There might be a plan.
There might be. But yeah, at the end it felt very kind of final. Like Sami Zayn was just like, I almost thought he was going to do that Shawn Michaels, "I'm sorry, I love you" thing, like when he set up the haluva kick, and then Kevin Owens was lay on him and he looked at him and he set him up for another one. And then he got the pin and then he was getting emotional. He put his head in his hands and it felt very final.
It felt like it was the end. I hope it is.
I hope it is.
What
For a long time.
What next for him then? Do you think? Who do you reckon would be someone good for them to go up against next? Both on Raw.
Well, if there's going to be another World Championship on Raw or SmackDown, if there's going to be an extra one, there's more competition there because I think both of them have been there or thereabouts for quite a while. So unless they get back into IC Championship scene,
IC's on the other show, isn't it?
Or the US.
US
I
possibly.
think that's probably a little bit too low for them.
Depends if they lift them up, though.
Yeah, true.
But I think belts.
But
I think
You
that's,
think belts?
I think one of them at least needs it.
Yeah.
I think probably actually, Sami Zayn probably needs a belt more than Owens.
yeah,
Owens needs a decent storyline.
Yeah, true. What about Cesaro's been moaning a lot, hasn't he? He's on Raw.
he has.
We know he can have good matches with both.
Apparently, no one's really sure if that promo you hit on Raw about I thought I'd be on SmackDown. No one quite knows if that was a shoot or not.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talk that he just kind of went off on his own there.
I reckon not. I reckon it was all planned sort of thing.
I reckon he was probably told to go and say something and then said something else and maybe went a bit too far with it. I think there's probably a little bit of that in it.
Maybe.
Up next?
Next match.
Next match, Natalia and Becky with Natalia's patented sharpshooter.
You two called this one?
Yeah,
You
I
said
thought
Natalia
she
was
might
gonna
win. I thought she might win. Just cause Just cause, really. I mean, if she's just turned heel, they're trying to build her as this kind of like pretty. You know, she is a solid worker and all that kind of stuff. She's
But
dangerous,
a threat as well,
a threat. Yeah, I felt like she had to win. Even though I feel, to be honest with you, I feel like Becky Lynch needs a win as well.
She's lost a lot.
I'm hoping she gets some soon, but she probably will if there's all these other people joining SmackDown and everything. But yeah, I thought Natalya might win.
It was an okay match, wasn't it? It was
alright. Nice to see two women's matches on one show and not on the pre-show or anything like that. They actually put them both on the main show, which was pretty good.
It was tolerable, you know. We watched it from start to finish.
Yeah.
It was only Natalia's heelish posturing that didn't really work.
Yeah, she needs to subtle it down a little bit, doesn't she? She needs to just...
Yeah, she's trying a little bit too hard.
A little bit. And personally, just preference, maybe some new ring attire for her.
Yeah,
I'm not a big fan.
It's not working. She looks like such a badass when she just had jeans and a t-shirt on.
Yeah, she looked really cool.
So that concludes the fashion talk for the podcast.
Oh no, I'm sure there'll be fun.
It doesn't conclude shit because we've got to talk about Darren Young next.
Oh, what a mess the end that was.
Oh,
Wearing the
What a
Doritos
mess.
trunks.
The Doritos, they do look like the Doritos.
I was never looking forward to that match anyway,
No.
I'll be honest, but I didn't think it'd go that bad and that weird at the end. I thought Miz would win. I think you maybe said you thought Miz would win.
Yeah. Yeah,
Just because we thought about keeping the belt on the
Yeah,
same show.
I said
You
Darren
said
Young.
Darren Young, otherwise what's the point? Turns out we were all idiots because what they actually had planned was a big horrible mess and a draw at the end.
Dirty finish.
It was just... Say again?
Dirty finish.
What's wrong with you?
Dirty. Dirty finish. Here's my idea.
Is your idea Bob Backlund tries to take his shirt off, forgets he's wearing braces, and then gets stuck in his own shirt? Because if it is, you have called it to a fucking T, my friend.
That's nobody's idea.
Was your prediction an elderly white man and his young black friend attacking a lovely married couple?
It was just a mess. What
It was, and
was it?
then Darren Young's looking at his hands afterwards like he's done something. I know he pushed a ref when they were trying to separate him. I don't know.
He had the... What's the move? The
Chicken wing.
The chicken wing.
Yeah.
I thought it was a camel clutch or something else. He had the chicken wing on him, and I think if Backlund hadn't have been just going nuts with his shirt everywhere at the end, and they'd just focused on Darren Young, because he had that chicken wing on for ages, and probably did, like, they wanted to make it look like he did some damage. Like, the bell...
Oh, so
but
he's
he
looking at his
snapped.
hands going, oh wow, what a powerful move I've just been
Yeah, it's
given.
like, oh my god, I actually probably did someone some harm there. Look what I can do. Look at the power I've got in my hands. But there was so much other shit distracting from the fact that he was still holding on to Miz.
Yeah, that was happening in the background while the camera's going on Bob Backlund's
Yeah.
And
horrible old body.
Marie's just lying on the floor saying, he hit me,
Yeah,
while
she-
Backlund's half dressed, going nuts. Like, oh,
I
God.
never thought I'd be crying out for Ric Flair outside taking his jacket off or something and just being a bit weird.
Was this worse than Ric Flair kissing Becky Lynch?
It was
It was
on
on
par.
par.
It was disturbing. It was
awkward and
disturbing.
horrible.
Very, very disturbing.
Yeah.
Nobody predicted that.
No one did.
No one could.
So well played, WWE. For,
Yes.
you swerved us all there.
Maybe that's what it was.
Maybe it was a swerve.
Maybe they're going to come out and go, you got swerved.
We'll all go, you fucking... What happened after that travesty?
Next was Cena, and I'm going to share my hashtag because I think it's great.
Go on.
The team of Cena, Enzo and Cass, also known as You Can't Teach Cena.
Can't teach Cena.
Have you come up with that?
Yeah. You like that, don't you?
Yeah. Very clever.
I had you can't see G's.
But I don't understand that as much, though.
You can't see me is Cena's catchphrase,
Yeah.
and they are certified G's.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, actually, it's fucking genius. Thanks for that.
They'll both get on the next tweet.
Okay.
Versus the club.
Club.
AJ
They've
Styles.
got merch now. I think they've settled that they're calling them the club now.
Yeah.
And now they're splitting them up.
And
And now they're splitting it brilliant. Let's release a t-shirt the day.
Night.
Yeah, let's release a t-shirt the day they were split up.
How good was Enzo Amore?
Fantastic.
That was the highlight of the match, was the start before the bell even rang.
Probably as an individual performance, that just him speaking before the match was the best thing in the night.
He did a good. It felt like a good 10 minutes, but it was all. It didn't feel too long.
No.
We all kind of said, "Well, he's still going," sort of thing. But it was good that he was.
We
carrying
wanted him
on.
to carry on.
Yeah,
we didn't want him to stop. We didn't really want the match to go on, to be honest.
It was just brilliant.
We'd have been happy with just that, and then they just walked off and go, "Yeah, we don't want to fight."
The only negative to that whole thing was the same way that Backlund contributed to the Darren Young match, and the same way Michael Cole contributes to everything. It was just John Cena, the old man, getting so excited by it all in the background.
It just looked out of place, and he looked old, and he looked.
It looked like he was faking it.
Yeah, it looked just irrelevant kind of thing in the background where he was just trying to.
He looked out of touch, didn't he?
Yeah, out of touch, like he was trying to hang on to the coattails of the two up and comers, sort of thing. It just looked.
But the one thing I thought, have you ever been watching a film that you've seen before, and you're watching it with someone who hasn't seen it?
Yeah.
There's a funny moment coming up, and you're checking to see how much they laugh. I feel like John Cena's doing that a little bit. He's like, look how funny this guy is, ha ha ha.
But nobody needs John
it's
Cena.
It's not necessary.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
I remember. Sorry, it's Game of Thrones talk now, but I remember sitting someone to make them watch the Red Wedding. They got up to that bit, and I just stared at them rather than watching the TV, waiting for their reaction.
You want the
and then I got disappointed with their reaction because I felt they should have been more shocked.
I sometimes do that. I do sometimes do that. But yeah, having John Cena stood there just mugging it to the audience and to the camera and all that kind of stuff, it's just.
It took you out of it.
It just spoiled it a little bit. They don't need you, John. You need them.
Yes. I think you said it last week, Tim, when you said they needed some of that face heat. John Cena needed some of that face heat off Enzo and Kat to get back over.
The match was alright.
Yeah, it was alright, passable.
It probably went a bit longer than it needed
Possibly.
to. But I suppose you show respect to the 6 people who are in there that probably deserve it.
Yeah, there was some. Yeah, it was alright. It was alright, and it's obviously going to forward the Cena AJ feud. They're actually going. Yeah, they're going to have their final blow off.
That was another thing that Michael Cole said about this match. Despite the fact that the AJ and Cena feud has been going for the last few months, he says this is the renewal of the feud.
Yeah.
They didn't stop, did they?
It didn't stop.
It's been beat up John Cena for the past month.
Yeah. Maybe Michael Cole's not been watching.
Doesn't surprise me.
Probably not.
Probably not, no.
So Cena's on SmackDown, AJ's on SmackDown, Enzo and Cass are on Raw, Gallows and Anderson are on Raw. Somebody else got drafted to Raw on the draft who has a bit of an association with the club. Do we think he's taking a spot in it? Do you reckon he's going to go solo? I'm talking about the Demon Finn Balor.
Yes.
I think not at this point.
It makes all the sense in the world to do it, so WWE probably won't do it.
Exactly.
They seem to be really enamoured with this kind of boring babyface version of Finn Balor. Of just, oh, I'm a nice Irish guy.
He is a nice Irish guy, though.
Yeah, I mean, he is, but it's not.
Do you see a feud against Sheamus in his future then, where he's the nice Irish guy?
Oh, do you know what? Actually, on that draft
say that.
thing.
I was just joking.
No, on that draft thing, like the reaction one with Renee Young or whatever.
Okay.
That was going on. They had Sheamus say, "Oh, I've got some history with Finn Balor because we're both from Ireland," and you're like, "No, no." So yeah, unfortunately, I feel like they're just going to ignore that bit altogether. It's just such a wasted opportunity.
I like Finn Balor. I hope he does good things.
I do. I think having the dual character that he's got is the most amazing thing going. Yeah. Like, it's as if they did the Demon Kane, Corporate Kane thing, but did it well. Yeah. But the complete opposite ends of the spectrum, like I was saying about the Wyatts. I want gang warfare to break out and for everything to just be complete chaos. Just like you could do it for a couple of months. You could have the Wyatts have formed this huge team. You've got the Bullet Club formed a huge team across several brands, and you know there are probably some other teams that could end up together as well. Then maybe do this post SummerSlam, but you could run into Survivor Series then with some consequence. They won't do it, but that's what I'm saying. It's the opposite end of the spectrum. That's what we want, but no, we'll get Finn Balor versus Sheamus. Yeah.
Let's hope not. We'll find out tonight. He'll be on Raw tonight, right?
Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be surely.
Sheamus or Finn Balor?
I don't know if Sheamus is on though. I don't know which show he's on.
No, he's on Raw. He got
Is it?
drafted. That's why he was talking about Finn
Oh,
Balor.
was he like the 49th draft or something?
Yeah, he was completely an afterthought.
Yeah.
This is what Sheamus should always be. He's an afterthought.
The only thing that could have made Kevin Owens' statement more funny would be to say, well, at least I'm better than Sheamus.
Everyone knows that
Speaking
anyway.
of burying people in promos, next up it's the highlight reel.
So this is obviously to promote the Randy Orton Fandango feud. that's coming on.
If only I'd watch that.
Poor Fandango.
I know.
It was more of a dig at Jericho than anybody else, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, you're burying poor Fandango. And then for the main event, sorry to jump ahead a little bit, but for the main event they had like the SmackDown and the Raw locker rooms watching the match. And then Randy Orton's there in the locker room with Fandango, and it's just awkward. It's just really awkward.
I'm sure they were alright with it. I reckon they'll be.
I reckon he was really hurt by that.
Oh,
I reckon
Fandango.
Tyler Breeze has had to console him all night.
that sounds horrendous.
All night long.
So the highlight reel. What did you think?
Didn't do anything to sell the Lesnar feud. I mean, okay, one thing it did, but the rest of it just made Orton look a bit weak and silly.
Well, I didn't like that whole. It's just announced that Lesnar versus Orton's happening. Anyway.
Yeah, you're
Didn't-
quite vocal about that.
Didn't like that anyway. But then this didn't, like you say, it didn't add anything to it. It was just, oh, welcome back, Randy Orton. Oh, yeah, you know,
You're a bit
you've
of a
got some
dick,
nice
you.
new tattoos, right? And a new T-shirt. There's more chat about his new T-shirt than
Yeah.
anything else. Great looking T-shirt, you know.
Yeah.
I'd get one, but there just wasn't. And does anyone think he's going to beat Brock Lesnar?
No.
So what's
No.
really the point?
It was.
Oh,
yeah.
but to answer a question from the last podcast, though, we were all kind of, what are they going to do about Brock's, you know, doing that? And then are they going to... And you said, they'll just ignore it and just completely...
Well, yeah.
And they kind of did. They have ignored it. It's the fight's happening. It's all going on. No one's...
But they left just a little crumb on the table,
one
didn't
tiny
they?
little bit. And it was the best.
Just a
part of
little
the
in
thing,
joke. Just a little in joke for some of the fans there. And that's as far as they'll. It won't get mentioned again now, I don't think.
Can you remember exactly what he said?
He said he can hit an RKO out of nowhere, blah blah blah, and he does it without enhancement.
No enhancements needed.
No enhancement.
Yeah, he said he might take 20 suplexes to take me Suplex City, but it's only one RKO to Viperville. No enhancements needed.
Yeah.
And
I
I liked the just the crowd reaction. They all went, "Ooh!"
Oh,
No, he didn't.
And I wonder what it was that Chris Jericho meant when he then said, oh, you're probably going to get in trouble for that. Because, yeah, you can say it's going to piss off Brock Lesnar so he's going to come and eat you. Or it means Vince is not going to be pleased that you just did that.
Yeah, and Randy Orton has had that. He does have that capability. He's gone off the wire before now. And said things that he shouldn't have said about people, and he started locker room feuds.
Best time to do it.
I reckon they would have said, "Say it. You've got to say something." I reckon he said, "Say it."
Yeah.
Maybe. I've always hoped that they never seem to do this with Randy Orton, but Randy Orton is a bit of a dick in real life, by all accounts. And you watch the documentaries? Yeah, I said it.
Just had a new baby, but whatever.
He's a bit of a dick in real life. You watch the documentaries, he admits it himself.
Right.
You know, he purposely got chucked out of the Marines by trying to
He's
throw
had
his
some-
captain
He's
overboard.
had some anger problems, but that's
Yeah.
in his past now, really.
But
I
I,
don't really
feel
like
like they should have always played. I feel like they should have always played on that, and they've never really took the opportunity. Like the best wrestling characters and personas are themselves turned up.
Dude, he's got voices in his head.
And I just feel like
They talk to him.
On that, I wish he'd come back with some new theme music.
Just he's needed a complete revamp. Him and Cena
It's too
are
slow,
the
that song.
stale old, same old shit that's been going for
Yeah, I
5-10
like it.
years.
it's too slow, that song. It doesn't get you. You need a wrestling. You need an entrance music to really pump you up and get you going, and that's just
It used to do
slow
that,
and
but-
meandering.
He used to be that kind of slow, cocky, put his arms up in the corner kind of
Yeah.
guy. And at this time, if bring him back as this kind of...
Because he came up and he was all pumped and he was out,
Yeah.
but he was out of sync with the music, if you know what I mean. It
He was fist bumping everyone and everything.
was,
Exactly,
yeah.
wasn't he? So what do we think? Like, what's going to happen from now till SummerSlam? Then do you think he's going to have? Because he RKO'd Jericho. We all
They're going to have a little mini feud. That's going to keep him busy. That's going to keep Randy Orton and Jericho busy
That'll be all right.
until
I'd like to
SummerSlam.
see those matches, yeah.
Yeah.
Get Orton back into it. Because they'll need to drop some ring rust, I think, before SummerSlam.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and they've got solid workers, so they're maybe quite entertaining. The bit I'm looking forward to is SummerSlam is how he's going to hit Brock with an RKO. Those are the best part of Randy Orton matches. Where's the RKO going to come from
Said
and
this
how?
to you.
Out of nowhere, I imagine.
Lesnar's moveset lends itself to RKOs all over the place, I think.
Yeah.
Because the variations of suplexes that can suddenly be twisted.
I've just thought of one right now. I'm going to throw it out there.
Go on.
F5 into an RKO.
Well, yeah, straight out of like a counter of the F5 into an RKO makes sense. Because he's already like up there.
Exactly, he just
Yeah.
Through a table.
Okay then. Through a table, off a
bar
ladder.
raised there.
Oh,
Can the table be on fire?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so they're on top of a ladder. Lesnar picks him up for the F5, throws him. Randy counters it, RKOs through a table that's on fire, and underneath are thousands and thousands of thumbtacks.
What about if, like, once the thumbtacks, they're all over their bodies and stuff, and you realise it's a snake pit underneath as well. And there's vipers everywhere.
Oh.
There you go. Was it main event following the snake pit of fire?
Yeah.
Viperville.
Viperville, sorry.
You took him right there to
Hashtag
Viperville.
to Viperville. Oh, God.
Next up,
Yep, main event.
2 years in the making. A long, long last we get the triple.
The biggest triple threat match ever.
You couldn't wait
to
for
Seth
this.
Rollins. It's the Shield triple threat.
It's the
We've
triple,
all dreamt
it's-
of it. We've all.
It's the second best triple threat going after us. Hashtag triple threat club.
Shameless plug. Well done there, Tim. That was very.
So we each
Very
predicted a
professional.
different winner for
We
this.
did, and we thank you to everyone who voted on.
There was more than
Threat
three.
Club. There was more than just the three of us who voted on this poll who would win the main event.
So that's.
Well done, everybody.
We've got people who listen.
I need to have a look. Who do you? Either of you know who won the poll?
It
Seth
wasn't Dean.
Rollins. Seth
I think it
Rollins
was
won
Seth
the
Rollins.
poll.
I think I was the only person to vote for Dean.
No,
And
I think 2 people voted for Dean, 3 for Roman, 4 for the other one.
The other one.
Who's the other one? Seth Rollins. Jesus. So, what do you think of the triple threat then? You were looking forward to it. They had a good promo before, and you said you were
Yes.
getting a bit emotional about it. You was like,
it was watching
it was
that
heartbreaking
betrayal
to see
again.
it all.
Watching that betrayal again was. They were a brotherhood.
You shouted no at one point when he hit him with that chair. You were reliving it again.
No, and they closed up on Dean and Roman as they were like after they'd both been beat up by the chair, and they were like talking each other like, "What's happened?"
They were a brotherhood.
I don't understand.
I liked how they cut the bit out where they first came out wearing like the turtleneck.
The turtleneck and chain.
Yeah, they ignored that had ever happened. But it was nice to see all that kind of stuff when they were doing so well, and then the breakdown and the the recent kind of stuff.
Yeah, Rollins cashing in, which is will
Always
forever be one of my favourite wrestling
Yeah,
moments ever.
And we were kind of like I think we said a couple of podcasts ago. We said one of the things we were looking forward to, even more than the match itself, was the reaction to Roman Reigns coming down to the ring for his entrance. What would the reaction be?
Yeah, they were booing all night, so they plugged something that he'd said on Twitter. The Twitter got booed.
Yeah.
They mentioned him somewhere else as well.
There was a backstage
booed.
segment with Seth, I think, and then it was like he
Yeah.
just mentioned his name and everyone booed again.
And then he came out and got booed out of the building.
Literally everyone, it felt like.
Yeah.
Even like the
Yeah.
6-year-old kids on the front row was still.
Yeah,
like,
it was
booing.
100% booze.
There's no balance this time. It
Yeah,
was just booze.
it was good, and then like sometimes the crowd make the match and make it seem a bit bigger than it was. I mean, this is a big match anyway, but it just gave it that little bit more. I feel. Seth paid off it brilliantly as well. He was just
When he put his
laughing
hand
at
out at the start.
Oh yeah,
Seth's
well he was
just
laughing at
great.
Roman, and then when it starts off, and he's like, "Come on, for
For
all time's sake." It was a good match. There was some really good spots. There was a bit kind of towards the end where they were countering each other's moves and hitting one of each other. It was very well put out.
I like the bit where Seth and Dean did the old Shield powerbomb on Roman through the table. I thought that was good.
Seth powerbombed Roman Reigns a couple of times, and that was quite impressive, I think, with the strength, because I think they announced him as 215 weigh-in.
But how heavy was his new beard?
Yeah,
I imagine that was another 10
He's got the
pound.
bulletproof gear on, he's got the beard. He's a heavy dude.
He's a big dude.
So I was pretty impressed. I was
He
very impressive.
he
that.
jumped up there a couple of times.
Yeah, but he still got to hold him up there in place and then throw him.
Yeah.
Anyone else think as Roman had a big bushy beard, he was going to go the other way? A bit of a heel
little
turn,
bit.
maybe.
That's probably the only disappointing thing, really.
They didn't do it again.
They didn't do it. They've had lots of opportunities to do it, and they should do it because
We'll see where his attitude goes, because he didn't.
he didn't
whenever
look
had-
to the crowd, did he, at all?
He
No.
wasn't fist bumping anyone.
No, it was like he just played it completely. Basically, he did everything that we want Reigns to do all the time.
Not speak.
Shut the fuck up and
Not
fight.
speak
Yeah.
and just punch people.
I don't think the fans really appreciated it when he went after anybody, but when he had the opportunity to go after one or the other, he went after Seth, which is a bad sign, I feel.
But is it... Dean's on a different show now, and it's them two on Raw, isn't it? So do you think
Maybe.
do you think they'll carry it on between the two of them, turn
It would make-
Roman
it would
and
make
then
sense.
turn Seth the other way?
That'd be good. Maybe that'd be a good way to turn him. Do the old Bret Hart
Double
Austin
switcheroo
thing.
sort of thing.
Yeah.
If they could possibly manage, that could be a great championship match at
'Cause
SummerSlam.
Yeah, because the fans are they're dying out to cheer for Rollins. They're
But
absolutely
how good is
dying out.
Rollins right now, though? Why?
He is good as a heel, but
Why would you want to sacrifice that just to get Reigns over? Screw Reigns. Let Reigns just be shit from now on. If they want to have a championship match with those two, then I'm sure they'll do a good job of it.
They need a top face for Raw though as well, don't they?
yeah, true. And
And if it's not
really
really Roman
Reigns.
Reigns, they need someone who everyone's going to get behind. It's going to be him, isn't it?
I think so. Like
I think probably.
fans will cheer him in an instant. Give him an excuse, and they'll cheer him in an instant.
Yeah.
Because he's that good.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. And Dean won.
Yeah,
You were right.
I know.
Okay, now.
Check me.
Well, I think we were all thinking, as soon as that match started, oh yeah, it actually makes more sense.
It made sense for Dean to win and have the belt on SmackDown just to give him something. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
if you've got the other two on Raw, you can do something with them buying it out. And let's be honest, Steph is more likely to just create a belt and give it to someone than Daniel Bryan's not going to do that and Shane's not going to do that. either.
Yeah, exactly.
So it does make sense, which we didn't say. I think in the last podcast we said things didn't make sense, so this actually did to a certain degree.
I mean, we're leaping to some conclusions, and we're kind of putting the pieces together a little bit ourselves. But yeah, there is a little bit of logic.
One of those pieces is Michael Cole almost giving it away earlier.
Yes.
I didn't
You missed it. You've
I
gone
missed
for to powder your nose.
I was out of there. As soon as Michael Cole speaks, I tend to leave the room. If I can.
And he went to say, what title? And then went, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that. And then quickly started saying other things.
It's just a liability as well, isn't it?
Yes.
So we think there's going to be a new belt made up.
Yeah, I feel like they're going that
They're
way.
gonna have
Got to
to
do something,
I
haven't
feel
they?
like they're going that way.
They can't have.
Especially the way. Probably the only other thing that I think took away from that triple threat match, it was the Raw and SmackDown being out there. I feel like they put more of focus on the brands than the actual triple threat match
Yeah.
going on. It being a victory for SmackDown rather than a victory for Dean
Dean
Ambrose,
Ambrose, yeah.
who beat
I thought
his two best friends, one who betrayed him.
Having the GMs down at ringside and like
Yeah,
I
it
said
just
before,
took away
having
from
them
that
all
much.
watching at the back and then to have the whole locker room come out sort of thing. Didn't need.
Yeah,
I
the
like-
watching them at the back bit, yeah, fine, because it gives it that big match feel
Yeah.
again.
I like that consequence though, because that's the thing that we've been lacking. That I always get shit for saying that I liked the invasion storyline in 2001, but because most people say that it wasn't done very well, but it's just the very idea of it is the coolest thing to me, and I just think anything that completely takes over the show that means something to everyone in it, everybody watching, then that's really cool. Because it's the same way that the night that Seth cashed in Money in the Bank, the actual stuff, there were a few cool moments, but the actual match and everything that happened around it was quite predictable. But that moment will always be remembered for the night that every one of the Shield had the championship. So I think we'll think of last night in exactly the same way.
Was what the SmackDown.
Just as a cool, relevant moment for Dean Ambrose, because it was Dean Ambrose beat Reigns clean.
Yeah.
After having beaten Rollins clean earlier.
Yeah, they're booking him strong. It makes me feel like they are going to go with him for a while now.
Yeah, so they made Rollins
strong. 4 or 5 months.
They made Reigns strong. Now they've got Ambrose strong, and they've kind of done it well with all of them. So it can be the SmackDown thing as well.
I just didn't like how, because all the SmackDown locker room came out, and it was like Natalya and Becky Lynch came out as part of the SmackDown crew. It's like, well, you just don't all come out happy part of the SmackDown team. You've all literally just been fighting each other.
Yeah, and like Baron Corbin came out, and Baron Corbin surely wouldn't do that.
He's not cracked a smile in his life.
He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't. No way would his character go out there. He'd be like, whatever, I'm going home. See ya.
Actually, I'm not asked.
Yeah, I'm not asked. I'm going to get something to eat on my own. Table for one.
Plus, Becky...
Poor old Baron Corbin.
No, he's happy though. He doesn't want to speak to anyone.
No.
He wants to sit, read the menu, and wait for his food.
Not wait too long though, otherwise.
No, the second he orders his food, he's staring at the waitress go, where's my food?
What would he order?
A steak well done.
Yeah.
He doesn't want any,
He
doesn't want any blood in it.
I think he does.
I think he'd have
a rare steak.
Really?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, we'll always disagree on this.
You need to tweet Baron Corbin now. Do it now. How do you like your steak? And then give him the options of steak.
Maybe we could do a poll.
Let's do a poll.
Yes.
People are loving our polls right now.
How do we think Baron Corbin likes his steak? And I'll put all the options up there.
You know all the options as well, don't you? I think.
Yeah. From blue, rare, mid-rare, medium well. Well done.
6 options for Baron Corbin.
Can you do that?
I think so.
How does Baron Corbin?
Someone's going to have to show me do that. And then I'll tag Baron Corbin in it.
We'll do it after the show.
Yeah. So watch out for that when it comes up. And that was Battleground.
Yeah. Pretty good overall.
Yeah, what we give it out of 10 for an overall show.
Compared to what though? What are we setting as the standard? What is a 10?
Our expectations.
Nothing gets close to our expectations.
Well, 10 is perfect. No show's going to be perfect.
I feel like I'd be underselling it then in that case.
Go on then. What are you giving it?
5. I can't give it more than that.
Bailey came out.
Yeah, but for no reason. It wasn't like she...
I think you'll find it was to help her former adversary, long-term Twitter friend, Sasha the Boss Banks.
But it wasn't like she ran in on a championship match. And
Did you smile when she came out when the music hit?
Yeah.
Can't buy a smile like that.
But it's not perfect though. It's just a tag match.
Well, I'm not giving it 10 out of 10.
Well,
you give it more than fucking 5, you tight bastard.
It's still just Battleground. It's
7!
Good grief, the aggression of it.
Ruthless aggression.
I'm gonna go sit right on the fence in the middle, 6.
There you go.
Likes having that fence right up between his legs.
So there we go. Next podcast is at
2 weeks' time.
In a couple of weeks.
We'll let you know on Twitter and on social media when we're about to record and when it'll be out.
Yeah, on that one it'll be the new era begins. We've got SmackDown Live. We've got the draft. The new people on Raw. We'll be hopefully setting up a lot of new things, and we'll be seeing what feuds they're cooking up for us.
If you subscribe on iTunes to our podcast, it'll just drop when it's ready. You won't even have to look. It'll just be there. You'll just turn it on. You'll just go into podcast one day and it'll just be there. And you go, oh, fantastic. And it'll make your day. But yeah, we're looking at about 2 weeks' time.
Okay.
We need to give it some time to let the dust settle, shall we say.
Well, how about while WWE are sorting out their new feuds for the new era, how about we get on with our next feuds for Go Homework?
It's that time of the day again.
New era of homework.
So time to pick some new names from the bowl. I don't want anyone who's not a fucking wrestler this week, please.
Right, in that case...
Otherwise, LL Cool J is going to become a regular occurrence in my fucking...
Well, I drafted in Shaquille O'Neal.
There you go.
You drafted in LL Cool J.
LL Cool J.
What was your celeb?
I didn't have...
No one's
Sister
watching
Abigail,
your show.
she's a celeb.
I'll have a celebrity this time.
Okay.
Right, one at a time?
One at a time.
One at a
Here we
time.
go. First one is...
One.
Right.
Right.
Who's going first?
Go on, Adam, you go first.
I'll go first. Interesting. It's the demon Finn Balor.
Oh.
We were saying we needed to do something with him.
Yeah.
It's on me, apparently.
It's on you. Oh, yes. I've got Kurt Angle.
Oh!
Yes. That guy could have a feud with himself. I don't need to pick out a second name.
I can't say I'm particularly happy with my pick.
Go on.
Big Show.
The Big Show.
Will he make him heel? Will he make him face? Will he turn him halfway through?
He'll turn it.
Just repeatedly.
He'll turn at least 3 or 4 times. Can you turn every week, please? That'd be good. And
Come
the
on,
second pick,
give me
Adam.
something good. Come on! Can I put this back?
I want to put mine back too.
Wait, who you picked?
I've got Tim from the Triple Threat Club. What was
So
fun?
Finn Balor versus Tim.
Oh, I might just put him with the club.
Oh, nobody wants this one.
You should keep your first pick.
No. Well, I got punished, didn't I, for not keeping my first pick. My second pick is Sheamus. Kurt Angle versus Sheamus.
Why have I got him? I said no non-wrestlers this week. It's fucking bollocks.
Tim wrestles with his conscience all the
I
time.
said conscience there.
Tim, who have you got?
Rusev.
Rusev Mashka.
I wanted Rusev.
Right, so just to reiterate, we've got Kurt Angle, Sheamus.
We've got Finn Balor and Tim.
I got Big Show and Rusev.
Okay.
I think you've done
okay.
alright there. So there you go, tune in next time. We'll probably be talking...
Total bollocks.
Talking new era.
New era, Raw,
Hopefully there'll be some
SmackDown
good
Live,
stuff to talk about.
SummerSlam stuff.
Crazy world of wrestling always brings us something as well, I'm sure.
And if it's not, we'll make something crazy out of it, I imagine.
Yeah, probably from these views that we've just been given.
There you go. Triple
All right.
Threat Club.
Join the club.
Bye.